What's going on, world? Brand new episode of Royal Key there on your screen. I'm your host, George Kill with Sports Dissected, and I'm here in Lubbock, Texas with Coach Tad. How are you doing, Coach?
Pretty good, George. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm glad to be in this vibrant facility. This lobby is one of the best welcoming spots I've ever seen in a baseball facility. What was the thought behind getting this all together?
Really, George, just wanted an opportunity to provide a place for our guys to develop, to hang out, recover.
Got you. One thing I've noticed in my walkthrough here is you guys pay homage to a lot of people who contributed, whether it's donors, whether it's MLB players, alum. Was that a big focus, kind of recreating this new space?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to thank the people that provided the money for the facility. The guys are very thankful for that. And through the history of Texas Tech baseball, people have done things to put this program in this position, and we're thankful for all of them.
You guys have numbers all over the facility as well that are very significant. Talk about the numbers that you guys have, and also there's this shrine, if you will, of hardware where you guys are very proud of.
Yeah, I'd say the numbers are just a reflection of the game we play. I mean, there's statistics on the history of the game. Like these here you look up, you obviously look at the College World Series appearances, draft picks, All-Americans, and then obviously we're trying to add more trophies over there. That's something you're always kind of shooting for, and those teams that put those trophies up there obviously got a special place in all our heart. Through here, you go back to the history of our program, all the former major leaguers, all the way back to Doug Alt, Chuck Harrison. Those guys played here back in the 60s and 70s. As we go through this hallway, there's more major leaguers. And so again, there's always really cool stories to go through here. As far as players go, we have former players here all the time. That's another really cool thing about the facility is nearly every guy we have that is playing pro baseball works out here in the off seasons. Obviously we get down here and we're definitely got a couple windows open here for guys. Last summer we had 9 or 10 guys in the big leagues at the end of the summer. And so we had to add a few. This is our nutrition area. It's a place where the guys hang out. This is kind of the sight lines I was talking about, George. I mean, you can sit in here and eat a sandwich and watch guys hit. And you can watch take ground balls at the same time, and locker rooms right here. Nutrition's definitely something that our administration's done a great job with. They invest a lot of dollars for these guys to eat good, and this nutrition area turned out really the way we wanted it to.
Definitely spacious. Now, I remember you saying peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are one of your favorite. What is hard to keep in here for the student athlete?
Yeah, I tell you, they probably run through the ham and cheese a little more, but we do have nutritionists that come in. They keep it stocked pretty good. I think all baseball programs at all levels, nearly high school and college now, aspire to have an indoor facility. We've got 5 cages that we can move pretty quickly if we need to. We can take ground balls in here if we need to. Probably the neatest thing about this, it's climate controlled and they got it 24/7. And so guy that wants to get better and guy that wants to develop can be in here and work at his craft. Obviously develop a path for his swing that he's gonna be able to trust when he goes on the field.
It's 2025. Technology is huge these days. Are there any unique technology systems that you guys utilize?
We've got access to TrackMan and Rapsodo in here if we need it. And get exit velocities if you need it. Obviously when you throw bullpens, you get spin rate, breaks, all those things. Any technology that's out there, we have it in here, and we've actually got big screen TVs by the bullpen mound over there, and at the end of the cages, we put the info up there if we need to.
Obviously, Omaha is always going to be an inspiration. You got to keep that everywhere. Motivational quotes, though, I'm seeing some of those in different areas. What are some of your mantras that you kind of teach to your student athletes?
So a really cool story. You can pan up there, it says, trust your swing there. On the other side of that door, it says, develop your swing here. My first year coaching, I worked for a guy that I played for, and he decided to build a metal building. My contribution to the building, other than pouring some concrete and handing him stuff, I painted 2 signs. That was on the signs. And it was just something that always stuck with me that, when you go to the cage, you work on one thing at a time. And it's a place to develop, your path and your swing and your move. A lot of college hitters, they'll tell you they try. We try to trust a lot more than try. And we try to build in that you're working in here enough to where you trust what your body's gonna do out there and what your mind's gonna do. And so that's probably the one sign that, that was gonna go wherever we go.
Turning our focus that way, what are some of your fondest memories of Rip Griffin? I hear it's an amazing place to watch a game. It's top 15, top 20, attendance-wise all the time.
When it gets loud, and they get yelling Raider power and they start banging their feet on the aluminum, but then in your own mind it's quiet. That's probably the ones that, that hit home, probably the best. When you're managing a game or you're playing a game, everything's kind of quiet, but you also have enough awareness that, man, this place is rocking right now. Sounds like a football stadium. It's the silence within the chaos, which is, to me, is probably your best memories.
Want to know the company keeping you safe from air and foul balls? Enter Netting Pros, the trusted leader in sports netting solutions. From baseball to football, Netting Pros specializes in designing, manufacturing, and installing custom netting systems for elite programs like LSU baseball, Florida football, and North Carolina soccer. Whether it's safety netting, batting cages, or barrier systems, Netting Pros delivers high-quality, durable solutions built to meet the demands of top-tier programs. See how Netting Pros can upgrade your facility at nettingpros.com or follow Netting Pros for more.
All right, Tracy, spacious locker room you guys have here. I can tell it's full. Y'all are always in here. What happens on this table right here?
This is where all the ping pong matches go. You can camera him right there. He's never beat me, ever. That's how we pass time for practice, and a lot of guys just play a lot of ping pong.
Definitely. Now we're at your locker, obviously very full. I want to kind of discuss some of your favorite things.
So right here we got my Chandler. Shout out to Kevin Bazell. He was a player here last year. He was our catcher last year. Gave me that bat. Then we got my game bat right here. I always swing this. Obviously these are my last year's bats, my practice bats. And I got my gloves. This is my gamer, and then that's my backup as well. And then you got the Ultra Boost, and you got the Mahomes. We got those last weekend. Then we got my cleats, all cleats in here. Got some white ones this year. And then we got all of our tech gear. Been here for a few years, so we got it stacked up pretty high. And then obviously you have your helmets and your Evo shields.
Can you take me back to a game, a memorable moment that you can say, hey, I remember I did that with this glove or that glove?
We were playing Oak State. I made all 3 outs, and I had a sliding play, and I had run through play and then a routine play, but that was with this glove. That's why it's my backup. It's been through a lot, obviously, you can tell, but it's always been my backup gamer. Okay,
Brian, I know you know how lucky you are. This is very unique to the college baseball landscape. What's different about this athletic training space?
And this facility, I can't imagine you can find a better one in the country. We're lucky to have, the in-ground hot and cold tub. We have a underwater treadmill. We've got a nice treatment area, doctor's office, plenty of storage room in the back.
Walk me through a typical practice day here. How often are they getting in hot and cold, the underwater treadmill? How often is all of this used?
Yeah, so hot and cold tub are used every day. A lot of guys get in the hot tub before practice just to kind of get their body going, get loose. And then after practice, they get in the cold tub to refresh the body, make sure the legs are ready to go for the next day, especially during the season, get ready for the next game.
Leader in that space, HydroWorks. How is it working with those guys?
Yeah, no, they've been great. We're fortunate enough to have these all over campus. We've got them at the football facility, at the basketball facility, and over here. So fortunate enough to have the in-ground hot and cold tubs within as far as the underwater treadmill goes. HydroWorks is, I don't even know if there's another brand that does something like that.
The underwater treadmill, how does that operate and how often are they guys utilizing that?
We use it a lot for lower extremity injuries, walk, run, all that type of stuff on there. We use it for the pitchers just to get in there and do their arm exercises. We also get in there and do all kinds of lower extremity stuff. If they have a hamstring strain or their ankle sprain, something like that. We can get them in the pool and get them moving sooner than what we could, with gravity. And, the results have been great as far as return to play much quicker. So kind of going through this system, we have an iPad we can go off of too, but our monitor here controls the depth, controls the speed of the treadmill that we can use to kind of make it a little more difficult for them to run. Obviously, the deeper they are in the treadmill, the less body weight they have, and the higher they are, the more body weight they have and the more difficult it's going to be to run. And the nice thing is it's room temperature. Like you hardly even notice you're getting in the water because it's the same temperature as the ambient air. Now I can turn this up, running up to 8.5 miles an hour. I can turn the jets on. And again, it's just kind of making it seem like you're running uphill whenever you have the jets on. It just makes it a little bit harder. We got the cameras as well. You can watch somebody walk run and make sure their foot's striking properly or they're not limping or whatever we may need to look for.
Shashir, awesome display for us, man. You got it together. You guys have some awesome combinations of uniforms. Big thing for fans, the double T, right? Sure. The double T has to be involved in any kind of way. Do you notice a fan favorite versus a student athlete favorite?
I think the player's favorite is the cream uniform. They like the one throwbacks. The other one, you can't go wrong with our school colors being red.
Do you guys wear certain ones on certain days?
Normally like to go at home. On Friday nights, we like to go with the black jersey. Saturday, typically like to go red. And then Sundays, we normally like to go pinstripes.
How often do you guys get new uniforms in, per season?
We normally try to mix in a new set every year for the guys, but this year we had to buy all new 5 because we switched over to Adidas now.
Outside of Adidas, what other brands do you guys usually work with as far as, bats and gloves?
Bats we do with Louisville, DeMarini, Easton, Rollins. We kind of have a very big group of bats, so we don't have a bat deal, so we can work with everybody. You get to choose their gloves, their bats, so it makes it more fun.
You also mentioned, like you said, 25 years, so you've seen a lot of people come and go. I think a reflection of that is the wall that we see on this side, right?
This is the years I've been around. The guys that made it to MLB, they kind of sent me their jerseys, a little trademark I kind of started this year. Took a little picture with a family picture and their message just for me.
And on the other side of this, one of my favorites in the walkthrough, this is pretty impressive. Who gets to sign this?
It's all our former players. This tradition, I wanted to come up with my own little big wall thing for alumni to have something they can look forward to when they come back, have a place to leave their mark on our new facility that we just get built.